Kindergarten friends, it's Mrs. Encarnacion, your school counselor, and unfortunately, I'm not able to see you in person today to give you this week's second step lesson, but doing the next best thing and recording it so that we can continue to learn. And this unit, remember, we started a new unit where we're talking about how to solve problems, and we're encouraged to remember the letters S, T, E, and P, step. So the first part of the problem solving, remember, is say the problem. We went over this last week in lesson 19. Say the problem. And the second step we reviewed last week was think of solutions, right? Okay. So let's remember at least those first two steps in the problem solving, S and T, and we'll review the E and P as well. So let's find out what happens we have Eddie is the kindergarten student with the hoodie, the gray hoodie. We've got Marita, who has the ball, and then we have Austin, who's in the back there, okay? So let's practice saying the problem and thinking of solutions for this situation. What happened is Eddie is playing ball with Marita at recess. Austin is in the back there, is new to the class, and is watching them play. He wishes he could play. Eddie notices that Austin is watching them. He has empathy for Austin. Remember what empathy is? When we walk in someone else's shoes and we think about how they feel, right? So Eddie has empathy for Austin, and he knows what it's like. He understands what it's like to be new at a school. So Eddie asks Marita if the new boy, Austin, can play with them. Marita says, no, we don't know him. I don't want to play with him. Let's just play by ourselves. Let's think for a minute. Before we start solving the problem, let's think for a minute. How do you think Eddie feels? How do you think Eddie feels? Maybe upset or confused? Maybe a little sad? Put your thumb up if you had the same idea. Yeah. Let's look at Eddie's, let's make this bigger, and let's look at Eddie's body language. Remember, we don't always have to use words to share how we're feeling. You can tell Eddie is pointing toward Austin, and his face looks a little worried. He wants to be able to include him, right? Well, Eddie is being a great friend for sure. Let's all say the first problem solving step. Say the problem. So what is the problem? Yeah, Eddie wants to invite Austin to play, but Marita doesn't want to play with Austin, I'm sorry. So the second part is to think of a solution. So we said the problem. Eddie wants Austin to play with him and Marita doesn't want to. Now let's think of a solution. Can you point at your brain? Think of a solution, right? So a couple of things he could do is, well, Eddie could go play with Austin. Eddie could also be assertive, not aggressive, not yell or be rude, but he could stand up and say honestly and in a kind way too, that he really wants to invite Austin to play. And he thinks that Marita should consider it. She should allow Austin to play. What do you think? Did you think of anything else? Those are two solutions. Now let's use empathy. How do you think Austin will feel if Eddie and Marita ask him to play? Could you imagine being new to the school and one of the students in your class sees you and asks you to play? How would that make you feel? That would make me feel good. That would make me feel a lot better, right? Now let's use empathy again and think, how would Austin feel if Eddie and Marita keep him out. If you said sad, or if you said lonely or left out, I agree with you. I think Austin would feel that way too. So, what does Eddie do? Eddie uses self-talk. Remember, self-talk is what we tell ourselves inside our brain, and says the problem to think of solutions. He decides to tell Marita in an assertive voice that he really wants to invite Austin to play. He uses a calm but firm voice and says something like, Marita, I really want to invite Austin to play with us. When Marita hears how much Eddie wants to invite Austin, she says, okay. And they smile at Austin. Then Marita goes up to Austin and says, hi. Eddie asks, do you want to play? In a friendly voice. And guess what Austin does? He smiles back. Eddie throws him the ball. Thanks, Austin says when he catches it. And they have fun playing together. Eddie and Marita enjoy getting to know Austin. So that, my friends, is an example of how to use the problem-solving steps, right? There was a problem. Eddie wanted to invite Austin to play. And thankfully, Marita, at first she wasn't for it, but then ended up saying yes. And Austin now is feeling better about being new at the school. Okay? Those are all because they used empathy and compassion, right? Those are all awesome, awesome ways to remember how to use empathy, how to use compassion, and also how to use some problem-solving steps to solve the problem. Well, remember, we have a new song all about solving problems. Let's go for it. Here we go.
If I'm stuck and in trouble and I don't know what to do, there are 4 problem-solving steps that always help me through. Number 1, it's the yes step.
S, say the problem.
What is the problem? Number 2, it's the T step.
T, think of solutions.
What can we do? Number 3, it's the E step.
E, explore consequences.
What might happen? Number 4, it's the P step.
P, pick the best solution.
What will work the best? So let's all remember the 4 problem-solving steps. Let's say them one time over so we never forget. 1, 2, 3, 4, S-T-E-P. What is the yes step?
Say the problem.
What is the T step?
Think of solutions.
What is the E step?
Explore consequences.
What is the P step?
Pick the best solution.
If I'm stuck and in trouble and I don't know what to do, I use the problem-solving steps. They always help me through. 'Cause I am a problem solver.
I am a problem solver.
I am a problem solver.
I am a problem
I
solver.
said I am a problem solver.
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 S-T-E-P.
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 S-T-E-P, my friends. S-T-E-P, right? Say the problem, think of solutions. So you say the problem, you think of solutions, you explore consequences, and you pick the best solution. We're going to keep practicing this. I invite you to continue to practice and think about how we can use empathy, how we can use those skills that we learned when we were talking about strong feelings in solving problems with the STEP solving problems steps. Okay? Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next week.